Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. So following on from yesterday's breaking news, again today I'm also going to be sharing with you some more breaking news, and in my opinion much more important breaking news, I am able to confirm that the House Financial Services Committee is going to be meeting approximately within 24 hours regarding MMTLP, following on from the meeting yesterday that we had with Gary Gensler, where he failed to provide any adequate answers. So stay tuned for further details before we have a look at that information. I'm going to share with you what's happening in the market. So first headline here today, the Dow Jones has fallen approximately 100 points at time of editing, and it is heading for a second straight decline after slightly hotter than core inflation data. So inflation did come in higher, so consumer prices edged higher in August, and one of the reasons for this was the increase in oil price. So let's now have a look at an opinion here from JP Morgan, but what JP Morgan have stated, that although we can see that inflation has edged a little bit higher, they believe that the Fed is done hiking interest rates and will be pausing its rate hike next week. So hopefully that's positive for the markets. And finally, if we have a look at US inflation over the last few months, year on year, we can see here, if we just go back a few months, March it was 5% and it has come down 4.943. And July and August has increased a little bit from 3 to 3.2 and from 3.2 to 3.7. I think we were expecting 3.6. So hopefully this is still sufficient for no interest rate increase, but let's see what happens. So let's get straight into the breaking news. So shout out here to Anna Trades, who posted earlier today. Breaking news, the House Financial Services Committee are meeting tomorrow about MMTLP. So she has received a message, and this is from one of the Fab 15 offices. So what I have posted here in response to that is, thank you Anna Trades for sharing this tremendous message. The House Financial Services Committee will be meeting September the 14th, and this is going to be regarding MMTLP. So again, message for Gary in terms of Gary Gensler. I would like to say to him, I believe the MMTLP community are now making some tremendous progress. I believe your interview was a complete disaster, where you failed to answer any of the questions. Your body language demonstrated a complete lack of empathy for our cause, and you also demonstrated an unwillingness to be the cop to protect retail investors. So the key message here from Anna's post, and also shared in the space call, was please reach out to your congressional offices today. And I think I'm going to also reiterate the messages to reach out for them in the morning as well, on the 14th of September. And when you reach out to the offices, ask for the subpoena of the audited aggregate share count and the blue sheet data. So immediately after this breaking news, there was a space chat hosted by Busy Brand, and in this space chat a number of prominent speakers were there. So I'm now going to share with you some of the conversations that were shared in there. So first of all, Anna Trades did state in this space chat that there was a message from one of the Fab 15 offices, and they confirmed that the Financial Services Committee is determined to take the next steps, and at this point they feel it is most helpful to have a coordinated response. And with regard to FINRA at the SEC, they do listen to requests from the committee much more than they do to individual members. And there is also a meeting confirmed Thursday, as we've seen in the post, with the committee to discuss next steps and raise all the suggestions that were made. The other thing that Anna confirmed, that this is also an internal meeting. So the next shout out I'd like to give is to Notoriety, who also was in the space call, and he did say here there is something else coming, and he will be sharing in a day or two. So we'll stay tuned for that message, hopefully positive from Notoriety. And another message here from Don Fizz, also positive. And he stated a few senators have been arranged for a Zoom meeting, and he's also working on some Congress members, and this is also following on from some meetings that have been scheduled in the coming weeks. And the other information I'm going to share with you is from Mark, and he stated the release of the audited share count will reveal anything about and everything about what happened and will expose the whole thing. So this is potentially huge. They will not want this to come out, and this has never been done before. So the AMC, GME, OSTK, all of the other tickers and all the other financial investors and communities have not made this this much progress. So this is huge. And he's also stated here, this is a telltale sign that he feels that this is a telltale sign that the SEC could throw FINRA under a bus, and I certainly will not be shedding a tear if that happens. And finally, I'd like to finish off by having a look at the additional developments that have happened today. So following on from what I said with regard to Don Fizz, shout out here to Paul, who stated, are there any MMTLP shareholders in our community who live in Alaska? If so, please contact Don Fizz immediately. He has a Zoom call set up with an Alaskan senator on Friday, 11 a.m. EDT. So again, positive news there. And we are also on a roll with Unusual Whales. So after them posting yesterday, there is a follow-up, and they've stated here, he said under FINRA rules, they saw a trading halt. They did not seek SEC permission on it. So this follows on from what Mark said, and this is with regards to potentially throwing FINRA under a bus and basically blaming the whole thing on them. So shout out here to Crucial Mix, and this is a tremendous picture that he has caught showing the dishonorable Gary Gensler, and it states here, Gary Gensler, at the moment he found out he was going to be grilled on MMTLP. I believe that was a shock. He never expected that. None of us were really expecting that, but we were hopeful. So again, another special thanks to Mike Crapo for asking Gary. And what I did post earlier today is special thanks to each and every one of you in the MMTLP community for your calls to Congress, the media, social media personalities, journalists alike, and I believe you will all be part of not only making but also changing history in the financial markets. I also believe that with the differences in the community, this community is by far the most knowledgeable, the most committed and the most determined compared to all the other investor groups. Certainly 100% true in my opinion, and I also believe change is coming. So where is the change coming from? So this is the person that needs to be respectfully communicated to, if there is any communication, and that is Patrick McHenry here. So he is also the 10th Congressional District Chairman of the Financial Committee. So why is Patrick important? Patrick is important because if there is a subpoena, or should we say when there is a subpoena, it will be coming from Patrick. So thank you in advance, Patrick, for your subpoena that I expect to be issued. Finally, if you would like to get live breaking news and also participate in live trading discussions, as well as join us in our challenge, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.